Okay, so the whole thing with the mailing list thread is getting kind of silly, so just decided to, well, make a short video about the problem. First, let's uninstall Rails installer from this virtual machine, just to make sure that we're running a fresh version of Rails installer. And let's go overboard and delete Rails installer, as well as, well, I guess the sites folder has already been deleted beforehand in an earlier take. Anyway, so let's check the path, and let's check the spec. So as you'd see, I intentionally fucked up the comp spec because I think an old version of WAMP server manipulates the comp spec instead of the path. The current version I downloaded didn't modify the comp spec, so I had to intentionally modify the comp spec to point to the PHP directory. Anyway, let's proceed with the installation. So this is going to take about 30-40 seconds. And yes, I'm not planning to fake an American accent here. I'm going to use my slightly accented Filipino accent because, well, I'm not paid to do this. Anyway, a bit of a spoiler. The problem is with the comp spec. You're going to have to modify the comp spec in order for things to work. Guess we're just going to fix that with the magic of anyway. That side comment was because Cam Studio hung on me. Anyway, so we're going to run the initialization thing, and you're supposed to see something weird happening here. Yeah, the get CPOEM. I think that's the problem. Well, that's a symptom of the problem. So if you're going to try Rails new Rails installer demo, it's going to try to bundle install, but instead of properly installing, it's going to fail. JSON. So there, yeah, so there. You'd see the problem that we've been trying to fix for the past few days. So error failed to build gem native extension, blah 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 blah. So how do you fix this? Well, again, we could just simply fix the comp spec. Right click computer properties, advanced system settings, and change the environment variable. Edit the comp spec and remove the freaking line. Okay. Now let's start on Rails. CD Rails installer demo and bundle, or bundle install, but everyone knows bundle and bundles are pretty much the same thing. Let's fix this prompt to make it look cuter. Yeah, Consolas, one of my favorite fonts. So there. JSON is properly installed, as suggested by Luis and suggested by everyone else in the thread. While that's installing, let's install something else. Let's install Sublime Text. Again, there's a reason why most of us use text editors. We just simple text editors for beginners, simply because you don't need the advanced features of those other Rails S, Rails R. Don't really need those advanced features unless you're knee deep into Rails, knee deep into Ruby. When you're learning Ruby, you'll have to appreciate the fact that you don't need to do some crazy things other IDEs need to do, so like compiling, linking, and all that. But since you're running Ruby, it's an interpreted dynamic language, you don't need all those things yet. So yeah, there's our web brick starting, and let's go. Who cares? I don't use this. TP for host 3000. So yeah, it's running, and you could see in the properties that it's running Rails installer demo. So just to follow up with the video, let's Control C to end the server, terminating batch job. So Rails generate controller. It's the name of the controller. Should be the same one in the routes. So welcome and index. Let's uncomment now. Let's wait for the script to finish, because it's going to add another line to the routes.rb. Yeah, it added the welcome.index. Then we're going to remove the comment, saving it, and go to the apps. Well, the controller's there, that's a controller, but what we need is the index. So we're going to replace all of this and do the Rails installer demo. 3 exclamation points. Is that done? Rails yes. So Rails says, again, if you refresh this page, it's going to still be the welcome aboard, and you're going to have to delete the public index HTML. And once deleted, SF5, now you just follow the demo. Now to double check, we're going to clone Christie's. Let's just clone Christie's get project as a repository. So it's going to delete the file, delete the folder. Then we're going to clone the repo. Just copy this one. will, and let's just use Sublime Text again. Hopefully it's still Rails installer demo. Oh, it's a different Rails installer demo. So this is the repo. You see that just uncommented it, replaced it by space, as opposed to what I did with my copy. And the views welcome index. Rails installer is the same. CD Rails installer demo and Rails server. She can't find active support 3.2.1 because I think she installed Rails 3.2, but it's no problem. Just install everything using Bundler. So with the magic of video editing, I removed I edited out that boring part where Bundler loads up and checks the Ruby gems and org and checks everything. Anyway, so it's installing everything again. Yeah, it's installing Rails 3.2, I guess. So there it goes. Rails S. And again, we could see that the problem lies with problem she encountered, or he, or whatever. It's just a problem with the comp spec. So there. Welcome to the Rails installer demo. And again, the problem is mostly just because the setting for the comp spec has that cwamp bin php 3 5.3.4. Anyway, I guess that's it. Just post some follow-up comments on this thread and not on this YouTube video.